Abandonment. The fear of abandonment. It's something that we have all dealt with at some point of time. You know, that fear of our beloved, someone that we really love, leaving us. It could be a parent, it could be a love interest, it could be a friend. Yet, there are some people who deal with this fear of abandonment every single moment. Imagine how it is to feel it every single moment. And if it is the case, can you imagine how much would it affect that person's relationships? In case you deal with fear of abandonment, this video is for you. Watch the video till the end and you'll be able to understand a lot. When you have fear of abandonment, every word, action is perceived as rejection. And you just push them away before they do, when they're actually not even looking at pushing you away. You feel that insecurity all the time, that you might be left alone, they might leave, you'll be lonely, there'll be no one to support you, to be with you, and how would it be? And then there's a whole story and the loop goes on. Because you feel that you are not deservable to be loved, or you're not good enough. So allow me to take you through this typical journey of how the fear of abandonment affects your relationships. So whenever a relationship is started, there are different phases. The first phase is getting to know each other. Now this phase is all about, just getting to know how the other person is. During this phase, you feel relatively safe apparently, because you're just, knowing each other on the surface. There are a lot of conversations, communication, and you continue to live your life freely because you haven't invested emotionally that much in that other person and the relationship. And all the assumptions or anxiety that you could have due to your fear of abandonment is not there right now, apparently, because it's just the beginning and there's no emotion attached to the relationship. Then comes the honeymoon phase, and you recognize all your partner's good qualities. You're willing to overlook all the yellow or the red flags, apparently, because you get along so well. This phase is all about similarity, likeness, similar interests, and all the good things that you have to offer to each other. You start spending a great deal of time with your partner and you always enjoy yourself. And then comes the uncertainty of a real relationship. The honeymoon phase is just that, a phase, and it gets over. It fades away and now the relationship is steadier. And you begin to look at your partner with a critical view. A person with abandonment issues consistently questions whether they should commit or trust their partner during this stage. You may even question whether your values and your lifestyle is compatible. So you're questioning the compatibility of the relationship. It can be nerve-wracking for those particularly with a fear of abandonment, who may see this stage as a sign that the other person is pulling away, which is not really the case. If you have this fear, you are probably battling with yourself and trying very hard to express, in fact, not to express your worries, for fear of appearing clingy in some cases. And that is what happens. You become clingy and the other person gets irritated. Then comes the slight. Once the honeymoon phase is over, it is inevitable that your partner becomes less excited and more comfortable. That's something very, very understandable. Yet, about those with the fear of abandonment, they may seem as they may take this as a sign that your partner is no longer interested in you, and your partner is pulling away. They don't care about you anymore. Some people handle this by becoming clingy and demanding, insisting that their partner prove them their love by jumping hoops, doing stuff like go get some moon and some stars for me. And others run away, literally run away without any reason, because they have this fear of rejection. So before their partner rejects them, they reject and they run away. Still, others feel that the slight is their fault, and they attempt to then transform themselves altogether into something they are not, to be that perfect partner for their beloved, for the person whom they are in the relationship for, so that the person, their partner is always happy because you are perfect in their eyes and they do not leave. It is so important to be yourself in a relationship, and when you're trying to be that perfect partner given another's definition or your own story of what other would perceive as a perfect partner, you lose yourself. We must understand, guys, that it's so important to work on ourselves consistently and keep learning our lessons. We all keep looking for that perfect partner, that perfect man or woman in a relationship, and we keep trying to change our partner. But the fact is, the only person that you can change is you yourself. So how about not looking for a perfect partner, rather being one? And when it comes to relationships, if you do have this fear of abundance, fear of abandonment, help is right away. Help is there for you. Seek professional help before you spoil your relationships further ahead. This is Dr. Ramandeep Kaur, and I am so glad to be here sharing this piece of value, this content of value. I hope the people who have this fear relate, and those who were not even in that consciousness that they do have this fear of abandonment now understand that they do deal with the fear of abandonment. And if that is the case, guys, the only thing you got to do is work on yourself before you reject that person that really loves you. Thank you so much. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.